Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome back to On the Couch. I'm Logan.
And I'm Bryce. To break in the sweet spring weather, this week we have Matt and Jana from Outdoors Club. How are y'all?
Hi, well.
Good, how are you?
Oh, great. Yeah, can you tell us a bit about yourselves and what you do for the club?
So I'm an art education major. I am part of the e-board. I'm in the outreach and community position, so I get to work with
outreach.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get to work with the social media with Jana.
Yeah, so I'm a planning major, and my minor is environmental studies and sustainability, and I also work alongside Matthew doing our outreach and running our social media. So we are the ones who post the pictures on the page. We post any updates on the story, and then anything that anyone needs to know, we keep it updated. So we're always the ones who are answering and keeping up with it. So
That sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, how has your guys' spring been so far?
During the weather?
Yeah,
Any
it's
outdoor
great.
activities?
Been really nice. Anytime the weather gets like nice and warm, I'm always like, I need to get outside,
Yes.
get some of that
Oh
sun.
my God, me too, yeah.
Go have
So
a fun
little
time.
birdie told me, speaking of outdoor activities, of course, that y'all do like backpacking trips and like hikes and like
Yeah.
you were telling me that you know how to like set up a tent, like all this crazy stuff. Could you talk a little bit more about that
So
and what
we
y'all kind of offer?
So we do camping trips. Usually our camping trips are a few days. I think it ranges from about 2 to 4 days. And they're usually, planned pretty early in the semester, just so everybody is like in the loop about it, because they're usually limited. We do a lot of different hikes, ranging from easy to hard. So some of them we're literally climbing mountains, and then some we're kind of just walking on a paved area, or
Yeah, I
just
saw some
even
pictures.
like exploring. Like Sandy Hook, we did a trip where we kind of just explored. So those are my favorite, the exploration ones, of course. But we also do kayaking trips. I personally have never been on a kayaking trip with them. I do kayak outside of school, but I'm planning on doing it this semester. So
something for everyone.
yeah, literally something for everybody,
love
and you
it.
don't have to have any experience prior.
So, asking for a friend here, because me, myself, I'm a pro.
We're athletes.
Yeah.
You know.
We're pros at being outdoors and stuff, Yeah. How open and accessible is the Outdoors Club to newer people?
Honestly, like very accessible. I know for me, I didn't really hike before, so I really wanted to get outdoors and explore some more. And so when I joined the Outdoors Club, I tried out like the medium hike, and it was a little hard because I've never hiked before, but the people around me were so supportive, and they offered me water, they gave me breaks, and so I felt really supportive, and that environment really helped me like feel comfortable for future hikes.
You could say it was like a breath of fresh air.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Yes, for sure. I mean, I've been hiking for a long time. It's always been a hobby of mine. So, going into college, you always have that you're a little nervous, like, oh, I don't
Can't
know
go
how
anywhere.
how am I gonna connect with people, and and I
Don't
found
have
the
a
outdoor
car.
club. Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, the outdoor club. I was like, oh, that's awesome. So, I like Matt. I feel like I started out with like a medium hike and got a little of a reality check, because I'm like, ooh, shoot, like, but I love, I've always loved hiking, and I think being, like you were saying, accessible for everybody. I think everybody should be involved with hiking, being outside, especially being college students. Like,
totally agree.
the guys, I get it. Like, it's,
Yeah.
everybody has like their hard moments at college, and for me,
God,
I always
yeah.
find, my peace going
Outside.
outside.
Yeah.
So it's like having this program for people. It's really, is beneficial for mental and physical health.
Yeah,
For sure.
and we were looking earlier at the social media y'all do. Y'all went as far as like Delaware, went to like crazy far places, crazy cool stuff. It looks like 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And I wonder, like, having access to those kind of things for college students who might not get those, places, those experiences elsewhere, what kind of opportunities, like, can you offer that give like new kind of value to extracurricular clubs? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of experiences and community do you make that's like, fosters new things for the college community and your own students?
Right.
I feel like it gives like a better perspective of like nature, because it gives them a first-hand experience of being able to go to these locations, whether it be a rocky area or a nice flat zone.
Snow.
You can see all sorts of native plants and different animals, and I feel like it gives the community a lot more perspective of the land around them and how like they can impact it by interacting with it and planting native trees and things like
Yeah.
that.
We also did Back to the Borough last spring,
Oh, okay.
which is, I think every club has offered it, and it's kind of like we get assigned to a house in the borough. So the community
Wow.
aspect, right? And we do, if they need gardening, help weeding, anything like that, we're assigned to it, and we as a club work together, and we do it for this. I don't know, were you there last?
Yeah, I was.
So Matt was there.
It's great. I love it.
And we did a house in Glassboro, and they were super sweet, gave us water, everything, and we kind of just weeded their beds, and then. They had a dog too, who's super cute.
Yeah,
but it was really
dog.
fun. But it's really cool how we're kind of giving back to the community through our club too. So it's definitely a big community aspect. And I was saying to Matt, I've met some of my best friends through Outdoors Club. So I think it's kind of changed my college life and my life overall. So
for sure.
It's definitely great making friends in clubs like these. But other than road tripping, do you guys have any other sort of events that you do, like on
campus?
Our campus? Yeah.
Any way people can get involved,
I don't feel like there's as many in-person areas around campus that we could go to, but we do have a lot of resources that are similar to what we experience through our hiking. There's the smell garden I've mentioned to you.
We'll get into that in a little bit after the break, right?
So there's a lot of things that are similar to what we might see on the hikes, but we do get a lot of volunteer opportunities. That's really cool, and other options like that.
Great for resumes and scholarships.
So
yes.
Yeah, that's another thing that I wanted to bring up was, for me, I work for the Department of Environmental Protection. That's my job. I'm a naturalist. And, when I was first interviewed, I brought up the Outdoor Club, and I was like, man, and they love to hear that. So I always recommend to people, if you want to get involved, especially as an environmental and planning major,
makes a big difference.
It does. No, it does. And it's you tell them, we're trip leaders as well. We're on e-board trip leaders, and they love to hear that. And it's just a little something to spice up your resume that makes a huge impact. So I always recommend to people, if you want to get involved with your major outside of school, or not, it's kind of outside and inside of school.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
A little bit of both, but it's also, you can use it for your advantage, for sure.
Yeah, so last but not least, where can people go to find out more about these activities and these events and ways that they can volunteer and help out at Rowan Outdoors Club?
So a good way to go about it is our Instagram's very active.
Say to that camera what the Instagram is.
At Rowan Outdoors Club. You can find us there. Very easy to remember.
We'll be the ones answering.
Yes.
Simple, real easy.
And if you're not on the Instagram, that's fine. There's also a Discord that you can look at. There's always updates with the e-board. They're always ready to post the meeting slides. And if possible, show up to one of the optional meetings. Get to meet us. Interact.
Yes, and get priority signups. So at the clubs we do our our QR codes, so you can sign up there, and then the posts or the slides will be posted later on the Discord. So it just allows people that go to kind of have that priority.
Yes.
But usually you're
So
still
make sure
fine.
you show up.
Yes. Show up.
Yep.
But it is again optional, so
right.
it'll always be posted.
Totally. So it's accessible.
Yes, very
yes.
accessible.
That's great. Thank you so much for being here and answering some of our questions. But
of course.
viewers, don't go anywhere, because when we get back, Rowan Outdoors Club will showcase some easy outdoor activities that we could do on campus. Right, Logan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay indoors just for a bit longer. Don't go anywhere.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
All right. Welcome back to On the Couch. We're still joined with Jana and Matt from Rowan Outdoors Club.
Matt and Jana has prepared for us some things to look at for while outdoors at Rowan this spring, including some great spots to check out.
Some insider info from the
Yes.
outdoors people about how to get outside.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yes.
All right, so can you tell us a bit about some of your favorite like outdoor activities on Rowan, some things that are accessible to students, faculty, people watching at home, whatever?
For me, I really like to go through the meditation walk area. That's a little bit, it's close to Business Hall. There's like a nice little water area that you can look at. But also, I like to go there and just draw. It's very scenic, very peaceful.
Just
and
enjoy
they have
the
rocks.
space.
Very nice to be around.
Yeah. I love the Bunce Green because I feel like I love how the sun comes in and there's still shade if you get hot or whatever. And
I
there's
think we have a
breeze.
picture of that, right?
Yeah, I
You
was
can
there
pull it up?
yesterday. I was there like all day yesterday, and I also love what Matt mentioned, that like little walking area because there's like those stones that you can sit around too
I was
near
there
the
just
water.
yesterday.
It's
I
so
love
nice.
I love it there.
Yeah.
I love just to sit there and kind of like meditate sometimes and just like kind of get away from the inside classrooms.
Yeah. Are there any spots you like on campus that people may not know about?
Oh yeah. I mean, I do. I myself like going to the woods area in
behind the
going
pier.
into Business Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
already
love
talked about-
going down that
Yes.
trail. Yeah, it's so
beautiful.
great. Yeah.
Little like
It's like a whole little new like
There's,
different
like,
place,
sculptures.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the little water area near Business that's right next to the meditation walk, like that,
Yeah.
you
So
have a chance to
peaceful.
find turtles, which is
Yeah.
cute.
yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like the geese on campus are so nasty. You
Oh,
forget
yeah.
that they're like
You know what?
other life
I
here.
did see a couple of little baby turtles walking around one day. It was like it was near Holly Point. Yeah, they were walking around. I was like, oh, like what?
Like, what are you doing
Yeah,
there?
what are you doing here? Like
Sometimes
you
there's,
guys
like,
should
fish.
be back in the water. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, be on the lookout for turtles. There's
Yeah.
so many around
I love
campus.
turtles.
I
This
love them
spring
too.
at Rowan, there'll be lots of animals coming back.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we
definitely,
have to keep an
yeah.
eye out. Are there any other places or spots or like even any nearby parks or activities that y'all can?
I live actually my whole life I've grown up near the West Campus area, and I live in the development on 322. And there's a whole behind my house, a whole trail area that I sometimes tell Rowan students.
What's it called?
It's not like called anything, but it's literally like the Inspira Hospital, and then there's like a big giant field, and then there's like that tree line.
Okay.
And I've brought a lot of my friends there that are Rowan students, and they go back, and it's just like a nice little place to go.
How can people find it?
You can literally look on like Google Maps. If you literally just zoom out, you'll see like the Inspira Hospital, and you'll see that area.
Ooh,
I think
okay.
there's a part that's called Plank Run. So if you look at that, that's where it is. So you can always drop
Alright.
the coordinates. So
Yeah.
And also, we have all trails that we like to use on a lot of our
So
trips.
that you could like
Okay.
start
I like
out
all
with
trails, yeah.
favorites.
You might be able to find it on All Trails if you just type in like the
What's
location.
all trails?
It's an app that has different trails all around New Jersey, or just
Ooh.
anywhere you're kind of like located. So you can find
Wow.
different trails, different difficulties, and reviews
Okay.
by people.
love
All trails. Download
yeah,
it.
I do like all trails.
fan.
Now, when you
Yes.
follow Rowan Outdoors, make sure you follow
Yeah.
all trails. Are there any other cool like apps and stuff that people could use to try to get
I-
outside?
I like iNaturalist personally. I've used it in my
Yes.
classes. So iNaturalist is an app where you can scan plants. Like it's basically just taking a picture and it'll come up with what plant it is. So if you're or birds, you can use Merlin app, which is
I know there's lots of cool like
it
apps
listens.
and birds on
yeah,
campus, right?
Yes.
yes, and I've used it on campus multiple times. But it like you put the app on and it listens for the birds, and then it comes up with what birds you're listening to. I really like that one. But iNaturalist I've done like projects with it, and it's really helpful.
My friend really likes
Amazing.
that
So
one.
those are some ways like people could use their apps to like their phones to get
Yeah,
outside.
definitely.
Definitely.
Make sure to download those, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
exactly,
write that-
yeah.
We're gonna talk about that later.
yeah.
Oh, there's the turtles.
Yeah.
They look like they're like on a little board, like surviving.
So if you want to see that, make sure you get outside
Exactly.
on campus this
Yeah.
semester. Anything you want to say to the people?
I
to-
mean, yes. Thank you guys for joining us again today. I mean, anything you want to promote
like
before
last
we
minute,
wrap up?
so they can find you. That camera right there. Just talk
Yeah,
right to
just-
it.
So we have a new trip actually coming up that we're leading, which is
Oh,
really
okay.
cool. So we're going to be doing Gordon's Pond in Delaware. So if you're able to come in, get that priority sign up by
Very
showing
important.
up.
It is on Easter, a little disclosure, but I personally wasn't doing anything, so we were like, oh, let's do a little trip on Easter. So we'll
always
just be
nice
looking
out.
for some beach glass and kind of. I've never been there. I don't think
No, I haven't
right?
been there either.
New.
It's
an
new.
exploration.
It's
We'll have to
new,
go and find out.
that's kind of
Yeah.
rare for me. I've been to like
You just
so
have
many
to be
places
there.
around, so I'm really, really excited to do this with
Yeah,
you.
very native, very naturey. So it's a nice little preserve, and there's some buildings here and there, like military kind of things.
okay.
So
Very
I want to see what's to come.
Keep an eye out for that. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled. Follow them on Instagram. And we really appreciate you being here today with us. I think I'm going to go outside and enjoy some of this nice weather. I don't know about you, Logan,
Yeah.
right? Because we're big
yeah, of
athletes
course.
here.
Of
Yes.
course,
you
yes,
are.
very.
Lots of
Shooting
athletes.
hoops.
Yep.
Playing baseball.
Yep.
What else?
Tennis.
Kicking,
Tennis.
Maybe even
kicking
softball.
some
Pickleball.
field goals.
Yeah, we're going to go kick it outside.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Yep.
watching, guys. I'm Bryce.
And I'm Logan. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time
On the couch.